Welcome to First Wing, a Fourth Wing podcast.
I'm Brianna, and this is the start of my Iron Flame journey.
And I'm Kendra, an experienced dragon rider, here to help this second year. Just a quick note. This book contains explicit content, including swearing, sex, violence, and death. And so will this podcast. And I think this episode doesn't particularly, swearing always, some sexual tension. But we're still in the beginning. We haven't gotten to the meat of this book yet to have violence yet.
Yeah. And the last episode we ended off when they finally graduated and they all hugged and they were like, oh wow, we're alive, except for the 6 of us who are dead.
That's right. And they were still in the courtyard when that last chapter ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today we're discussing chapters 5 and 6. And chapter 5 starts out with this little blurb, which I bet I so want to hear what your thoughts were when you read this, because it's like so out of the blue in a way. But it says, after 3 consecutive deaths of prisoners during his interrogations, it is this command's opinion that Major Burton Varish should be reassigned from an active wing until further notice. And this is a missive from this Lieutenant Colonel de Grency, and it's from the Samara outpost to General Milgren.
Yeah.
When you read that, what was your thought?
Okay, well, actually, my only thought when I first read it was that the Samara outpost is where I predicted Xaden was going to get stationed, which is revealed to be true.
I know.
So, yay me.
Yeah, you.
But I was like, oh, is Xaden going to have to deal with this guy? But no, actually.
I mean, it's the other way around.
It's the other way around. Yeah. But then, after finishing these chapters, this actually is the first time that I'm thinking maybe Violet doesn't know this information.
Oh, because we were pretty sure last book, every single one she had read. But
it made sense.
It did make sense.
But now,
yeah, why would she have read this missive?
She would have had a reaction when she met him. Or I feel like it would have been like, oh, yeah, like, I've heard things about this guy, or like, I've heard rumors about this guy, or something, but she's just like, oh, okay.
Yep, okay.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, she probably doesn't know this. But we, the reader, know this, so we know we have to hate this guy already.
Right. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and he also seems like he has, like, power problems.
Right.
So I'm Definitely. Like, oh good, let's put him in charge of...
When we read this, we don't know this. But yeah, when we finally see him, we're like, oh, okay, so that was your solution to reassign him out of the Samara outpost and put him in an academy?
I guess they're not children, but it's like, he seems to have problems with, like, holding power over people. And now he can hold power over all these cadets. Yay.
Yeah, great. Yeah. I mean, I guess you're right. They're not children. And also, this place is supposed to kill people. So...
yeah. But I don't think he's going to, like, torture the cadets to death. But that doesn't mean he's not going to do other things.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, good. So we start. And we start out in the gathering hall. The writers are partying hard. There's lots of food. The alcohol is flowing. This is their celebration. This is like, I think, their one night of celebration before they have to get on with it. Or basically, I mean, it says they have like 5 days where they are preparing for the new first years to come.
Yeah.
I don't know what preparations are doing. Who knows? Maybe they're moving bunks and I don't know, that kind of stuff. I'm not sure.
Probably part of it, because now they're no longer first years.
Yeah. There's this kind of fun conversation going on here. Riddick is saying what he's looking forward to in his second year is getting to go to this village called Shantara, which we haven't heard of before. But it's kind of like, this reminds me of Hogsmeade. Did it remind you of Hogsmeade?
Yes.
I mean, just in the fact...
it was like only a rumor, but then it was... At first I thought they were saying it was only a rumor that this place existed.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? But no, it's only a rumor that...
They might be finally allowed.
They might be allowed to go back,
Yeah. Yeah, but it reminded me of, like, I think it was the third year... where they finally get to go to Hogsmeade. So it's kind of like the same idea, like now they're in a second year, they might be able to go here. But it sounds like all the other quadrants go here and that the writers were banished because they, blew up. Oh, it's a fight that led to a bar burning down. So yeah, and that was like a while ago. So they're hoping it finally got lifted. But he's sort of like, I just would like to actually, integrate with, I don't know if that's the right word for this, but, like with the other quadrants, because it's like the same people are still here. I mean, first years are coming in, but Yeah. But yeah, Riddick is obviously thinking about sex. That's what he's thinking about here.
That's what
And then
Riddick's always thinking about.
I totally, totally. And Nadine also is like, yeah, it's getting a little, she kind of like says it's getting like incestuous, or she's saying like in third year it's going to feel incestuous, which I thought was funny because, start feeling
Yeah.
like everybody's family and you're like, oh my gosh, can I just like have some new faces?
Yeah.
Very funny. They're still mention. Well, it's funny they mentioned we're this year's Iron Squad, but they must still mean first year. Like, but now they're second year. So how are they this year's Iron Squad?
Well, it's still that year.
I guess so. It must. I mean, he said at this moment you're now second year. So in my
I would
universe,
say, I think this year could also be like of their year.
of their year, yes, that's probably exactly what it is. Because I
So
was
they're
trying to
second years
remember.
now, but sure, they're still the Iron Squad of second year now.
Because I feel like they're still called the Iron Squad in this book somewhere along the way. I don't know. We'll have to pay attention. But yeah, so I was like, wait a second, how does that work? But that means like they'll just have an Iron Squad every year and whatever. And it's literally just from Parapet to Gauntlet that creates this title. It doesn't matter if they lost so many people after Gauntlet, They're just like, well,
Yeah,
you're the Iron Squad, yeah,
maybe they're just always the Iron Squad, yeah, of that year. And
of
then
that
when
year.
these
That makes sense.
these first years have an Iron Squad, then they will. It doesn't like, yeah, they'll
It's
just
not
be
like
of
there's
their
only
year.
one Iron Squad for the whole 3 years. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, good. That's what they mean by that year. Um, anyways, so then someone says, oh, Rhiannon says, you do know that trips to Shantara are for worship only, cadet. And then he's like, oh, of course I'm going to stop at the temple of Zinal, I think it's
Which is
pronounced.
the God of
God
Luck.
of Luck, yeah. So I'm imagining there's probably a temple for all the gods there. So you can like stop at whatever temple you want to, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really
I mean,
big. Well, I don't know. I
he's
don't know how many
picking the
gods
God
there
of
are.
Luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have we heard so far? We've heard of the God of Death and the God of Luck. Wasn't there another one?
I swear we heard of one more, but
I think so
Oh wait,
too.
it was like the God of like what was like battle or strength,
Yeah, exactly. But now I'm forgetting her
something
name.
like that.
I want to say, oh my gosh, it's right there in my brain and I can't pull it out, but okay. Anyways, yeah, so I feel like there's the third one we've heard about. Riddick says like being able to fraternize with other quadrants anytime in our downtime is what he's looking forward to. So I'm wondering like when they do have days off, can they just like scooch over to one of the other quadrants? And I don't know. I'm not sure how that
I
works.
guess so.
Yeah.
They're a lot more freedom to go other places in the
Yeah.
college.
And apparently they have weekends now.
Yeah,
So I guess they didn't have weekends before.
I guess they didn't have any free time.
It's kind of wild. But they bring up Lieutenant Ryerson and she's all like, oh my gosh, we're not together. And they're like, listen, lady, everyone saw you wearing his flight jacket. We saw him basically claim you in front of everybody. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. And she kind of has to stick with it a little bit because it's part of, I don't know. It seems like it's part of the whole like making Dane feel less and like kind of hiding out so that he doesn't try to keep pursuing Violet or something.
yeah, because he probably would maybe think like now would be a good time when Xaden's gone most of the time.
Yeah, so they're just kind of keeping
So
it a relationship.
yeah,
Anyway, so we find out like, okay, good, they can start writing letters again, which we kind of knew. No chore duties. Cool. She mentions here that Nadine wouldn't even acknowledge before. Oh, yeah, because Imogen and Quinn have arrived now, and that she wouldn't normally even talk to Imogen because of her mark, but now she's like really comfortable and she's like, she's kind of gotten over that.
yeah. Thank goodness, because she was being the worst before.
Yeah. Yeah, and that makes her think again, like, well, what's going to happen in the outposts or when these third years are now going out? We know at least Xaden and what's his name, Garrick, are going out there. I'm not sure what other third years. There's got to be a couple more
Yeah,
that finished and graduated. Maybe was Io one of them? Whatever her name was. I can't remember. I think there was another third year that was with them in that group that we also know about. But yeah. Okay, good. So Quinn pipes in and says like second year is the best. You get more privileges, and you get some of like you don't get all the responsibility of the third years. You just get some of it. So it's like a little bit. It's like easier than third year,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah. She notes Imogen's split in her lip, so that this is from. I guess she's still. I mean, it's been days now, but whatever. It's obviously healing. There's some sort of sign of it, right? And
Yeah, it
Nadine,
probably keeps on opening.
I
When
guess
it's on
so it's
your
a
lip,
lip. Yeah.
yeah.
Nadine mentions it. She kind of asks, is that from this, whatever happened to you guys? And they're all curious. They do want to know. They're like, they've never been out and seen action. So here are these two people right in front of them who have seen action. And,
Well,
there's like this
three.
awkward.
Wasn't Quinn there? Or was Quinn not
No,
there?
no, no, no.
Oh.
From their squad, it was only Imogen and Violet.
And Liam.
Yeah. They can't ask him, though.
Nope.
But yeah, they're just, it makes sense that they're curious and they're trying not to prod particularly, but they are curious. Like they haven't seen this before. And in a way, it'd be like, I think Taryn points out, like, they don't know. They just know that they've gotten some action. They've gotten some like idea of what's out there. So like, why wouldn't you just tell them? Because it kind of helps them out.
Yeah. Yeah. He's saying like it's normal for them to want to know what they're going to face eventually because that's all they think this is.
Right.
But also Rhiannon is like kind of like picking up on Violet, like, not wanting to talk about this, which I think is sweet.
Yeah.
Because there's so many reasons why, like so many valid reasons why she wouldn't want to talk about this. Like she had to see Liam die.
Right. I was gonna say that's like a main trauma point,
Yeah, or it was really scary and she just yeah. But then Imogen like starts talking and starts doing these like awesome half truths.
Mm-hmm.
And she's doing it really well, and I'm like, yes, like you gotta show Violet like how to do it. Like you can still say so much without saying anything you can't say.
And not that way you're not also looking so secretive or weird or, you're not like sus or something,
Exactly. Yeah, and she's just saying, and then she says like, if it wasn't for Xaden and Violet, like we'd all be dead. I'm like, oh, that's true. That is true.
And Violet's also thinking, well, that's the closest thing to a compliment she's ever given me.
Yeah.
But she is looking at her, Imogen is looking at Violet with just like respect. Like she's like not being snarky. She's not being whatever. She's just like, I see you, girl, And she does point out that, it's horrible that it happened, but it does give us an idea of the horrors that we're facing out there. And again, a good selective truth because everyone there is thinking griffins, and it's not what's happening.
Yeah, I like that line too. It was bad, but I'm glad I know what we're really facing out there.
Like really. Because
they didn't really facing out there.
I'm trying to remember. Xaden knew that there was venom. He didn't know that there was wyvern.
Yep, and neither did any of them.
And I'm not sure how much Imogen knew. They had to know that. I think everyone there knew that there's venom because that's what the whole revolution originally that killed their parents was about.
Yes, but even they didn't really know what they looked like because Liam was like, well, I think this is them.
This person looks weird with veins, red veins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, they also they toast Liam here, and there's this mention about how it's sort of, they're supposed to not speak of the dead cadets. Once their name is, read from the roll, that's it. And it's just so, I don't know. It's very unfeeling. I don't like it.
Also true of Brennan? When Brennan died, were they not supposed to talk, say his name either?
Well, she wasn't in the Writers' Academy, so...
I know, but yeah, I don't know. What do they do that's what I'm saying. What do they do for death outside of the Writers' Academy? It seems like they still burn everything, but is there a death roll for everyone?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think this is just the Academy. It's an unwritten rule that says here that you just don't talk about it, but the idea is sort of toughen up. It's okay, they're gone, keep going,
Yeah.
Anyways, Quinn is offering some advice. So Quinn that's right, she's Imogen's friend. She's not a marked one, which is interesting. I just realized that if she's Imogen's friend, Imogen, normally they're not friends with whatever, but Imogen made friends with someone who wasn't a marked one. That's actually kind of cool. I kind of didn't really think about that before because it doesn't seem like Imogen would do that.
That Quinn was a
no,
one.
She's not. That's wild. Okay, yeah, no, I just literally right now I kind of knew that, but didn't really think about it. How weird is that? But, there's no, other than Liam, there was no other marked one in this group of theirs. So she's probably been with Quinn from first year in this squad. You know what I mean? So anyways, but Quinn is basically giving advice, don't get too close to the first years, especially not before threshing. Let's just see who actually comes out alive after meeting the dragons,
Yes. Yeah, which is what they did to them.
Yeah.
But... it does make sense. Why break your heart? when half
Mm-hmm.
of them or more than half of them are gonna die.
Yeah, no, you really don't want to get attached. Um, I just remembered something. So when I was listening to the dramatized version of Fourth Wing, which I mentioned that I just started listening to recently, there was a comment about people who don't get chosen by a dragon. I just assumed that was it. I assumed 100% that once you're in the academy, whatever, writer's quadrant, you can't leave it. I don't know why I assumed that, but it says in there, like, if they choose to redo first year, then they can try again.
Oh,
So I
but they
guess
could also just leave.
they could just leave. They could be like, well, no grabbing. No dragon chose me and just take off, you know? Based on the way, I mean, if they choose to redo first year, so that they had a choice. I thought that was interesting. I never noticed that wording before.
That is really interesting. I wonder if they would be allowed to go into a different quadrant, or
Oh,
could they just be like,
yeah.
well, I guess I just want to go be a civilian. Never mind.
I don't know. We don't really find out because the only one we like so far we've just found known about Sawyer and he got picked again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Violet feels that little shimmering shadow connection from Xaden, so she's like, okay, he's around, and she sees him leaning against the wall, talking to Garrick. Although Garrick's talking to him, I think he's just staring at Violet,
Yeah.
which is cute. And she's a little sloshed, and
Yeah.
she's like already like looking at him and just thinking, I don't know, like she wants to climb him. I don't think those are her words. That's basically what's happening. She even thinks mixing alcohol and Xaden is definitely not a good idea. And he's like, whatever is going through that beautiful mind, I'm here for it, he says to her through the bond, right?
Yeah.
But she realizes he's dressed for flight. We find out a little bit later that he's going to go that night instead of the next
He's
morning.
leaving now. Yeah.
And it's because he's a wing leader, right? So there's 4 wing leaders. So the new ones are going to get their orders that night. They just kind of like to move in right away to their wing
Yeah.
leader quarters, which makes sense.
Yeah, but also like you can't give them one night.
Yeah. Well, he does ask if he can stay in her room. Not really. He
Oh
sort
yeah.
of kind of asks.
That's true. So I guess he doesn't have to leave. He just has to vacate his room. Or maybe he knew she'd say no and is just
I
messing with
mean,
her.
I think he assumed, yeah. Anyways, I love how she's like, she sees him like kind of motion her over and she says to her group, I'll be right back. And Riddick says, I certainly hope not, or you'll destroy all my fantasies when it comes to that one. Which is just
It's really funny.
cute. So great. So Violet gets over to him and they're just kind of staring at each other. And then Garrick's like, hey. And then she's like, whatever. And and just not looking at him. And he's just like, okay, whatever, you two. I'm out of here. He's just
He's
like,
like
this is
trying
too
to
much.
like be a part of this conversation. He's like, they don't even know I'm here.
Yeah, no, I'm not wanted. It's
really
so
funny.
funny. Oh, Garrick does say, do us all a favor and figure your shit out, which they don't do. But anyways,
No, and when are they gonna have time to?
I know, like literally, like we find out at the end of this whole thing. Yeah, she's kind of flirting with him a little bit here, and he's like, "You're drunk, aren't you?" And I like her answer. She's like, "I'm pleasantly fuddled, but not entirely sloshed."
Sounds
Sure.
pretty drunk. I don't.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and this is where she says we have nothing to do for the next 5 days except prepare for the first years and party. So they are going to get some time off. Remember they talked about 5 days, but it sounds like it's 5 days there, not 5
I
days.
guess maybe they are allowed to leave, but most people just don't because it's just like not
Maybe.
worth it. I don't know.
Because it sounds like they definitely have time. Because if they're partying when whatever they're preparing, which we don't know.
Maybe just mentally. Okay.
We're like, oh my god, they're gonna be like babies and they're gonna die on us and so much work, and we have to watch it. Anyways,
Yeah.
I love how there's like an announcement board that like there's a bunch of people like hovering around waiting for the announcement on who's gonna be wing leader, who's gonna be squad leader and stuff like that. And I like how Dane's there, and I don't know why this reminded me again of Hogwarts. Maybe it's just the whole academy thing. I don't know. Announcement boards. I'm not sure, probably, but
Yeah.
but still.
So we catch the people around the announcement boards from time to time when something exciting's happening.
Yeah, we do. So this is where he says something like, I guess you're not offering a place in your bed. And she's like, no, I don't sleep with men I don't trust. And if you're not offering full disclosure. And he's kind of, again, cute and cocky here. He says, I'll earn your trust as soon as you realize you don't need full disclosure. True, right? She doesn't need full disclosure. He says you only have to have the guts to start asking the questions you actually want answers to, you know? And then he's like, the
Yeah,
anticipation is good for us.
I
Maybe it
know.
is. Some sexual tension.
That was all of book one, so
I
or not
know.
all of it,
But yeah,
but a good
no.
portion of it.
Yeah. And then he smiles and she's like, he really fucking smiles. And it makes her almost change her mind here.
Yeah, this is when people show up.
Yeah, they do hear people coming, and it's Colonel Atos and some rider wearing the rank of Major. Oh, but man, it's Colonel Atos, and he is. This is like interesting what happens here.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, first Xaden's like, you pissed off General Sorengale, and you're being reassigned to a coastal outpost, which is like a total insult because I think that they don't see. I mean, they don't see much action. They're against the coast, you know.
yeah,
Atos is like, I might not be here, but you won't be as often, only every fortnight according to your new orders. And this is when the major like pulls out these orders and hands them over to them. And then Colonel Atos now introduces this guy. And he is now the new vice commandant. So we had Commandant Panchek, right? And so he's like under him, I guess. What does he do? I don't
yeah.
know.
It's a new position. They say it's a new position.
Okay, so I don't know if they know what he's doing either.
Varnish's new position only answers to Panchek.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're saying that this is his new position, not a new position, but it seems like it wasn't filled before.
It doesn't sound like it was filled before. No, he's not replacing Atos either, which is weird. So unless Atos had that position and he's replacing him, I don't know. But by the way, it's Varish or Varish, depending on how you say it.
What did I say? Varnish?
Yep, varnish is what you put on furniture.
Yeah. My bad. So Xaden, okay, like we need to touch on this a little bit more strongly. He's getting sent to the front line
Oh yeah,
when
he's getting
he's not
sent
really
to
supposed to
Samara.
be as his first year in. Getting sent to like an very active front line
Well, they were right
post.
there thinking they were right there like having to think up off the top of their head where to send him, and I'm sure Atos was like,
But
I'm going to
Ados
send
it
him.
wasn't the one writing them.
But it didn't say if he was whispering in anybody's ear or not. I'm just saying.
I don't know,
Because they
man.
had to make it up on the spot, right?
Yeah, they did. So was it like an oversight or very purposeful? I was assuming that this would happen very purposefully until they were getting the orders like last minute handwritten. But maybe they had already discussed ahead of time, like, this is what we should do with these guys. Oh, I guess they're dead. And they're like, oh,
Yeah,
well, they're not. But I guess we know what the plan was going to be.
right. Where is the conversation where he tells her where he's going? Did we pass it by?
No, yeah, we
Is it
passed it
coming
by,
up
but
in the
it wasn't
next?
him. It wasn't him. The colonel's mouth quirked and said, "Lovely to see you both. Leaving for the southern wing so soon. The front will be lucky to have such a capable writer."
Oh, okay.
So I don't think they say the post Samara
Samara. Yeah, they don't
until
say it yet.
next chapter.
Okay, yeah.
But
So
they
in that next
know
chapter, he
it's the
talks about
southern wing front line.
in the next chapter he talks about how some of them got to pick where they wanted to go, but there just maybe wasn't much left. So it could have just been that. We'll have to look at what it says then, okay? See how that works.
Yeah.
Anyways, this guy is a bit of an asshole. He's like smiling cruelly at Violet, and then he's like, "Oh, the general's daughter. Fascinating. I heard you were too fragile to survive a year in the quadrant." And then her response, "My presence would suggest otherwise." Is a very good comeback.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. But they read their missives, and it basically tells them that they have 2 days of leave once every 14 days. So basically they can swap weekends. So let's say she goes the first weekend, she's gone 2 days. He doesn't have leave. The dragons just get to see each other. So when she's there, he's still on duty. He's not off particularly.
Yeah, and when he comes to visit her, she still has to be in classes.
Yeah, except for that she gets weekends off, so.
Oh yeah,
So we'll see how that works.
weekend.
You will see how that works. But yeah, but the idea is that every they're going to swap weekends of who has to fly to who.
Yeah, but then they discuss how it's a day away. That's later. We'll get to that.
Yeah, exactly. And when they hear this, when her dragon hears this, she hears him like roaring in her brain. She
Yep.
says he roared so loudly that it rattled her brain. And then Xaden's like, well, dragons give their own orders. But then Colonel Atos is like, well, I guess we'll see. But
Yeah.
here is where he
That's
says,
what I think too. Dragons get their own orders. How? I don't know, man.
sure, but if the cadets are like, oh, good, well, if you leave, like it says
I'm
here,
gonna be in
if
a
you
lot of
leave
trouble.
class, it's a punishable offense. It's like, okay, dragons can make their own orders, but your cadet's still going to get punished.
Yeah,
That's the way
I
they go
know.
around that. So it just depends on how nice the dragon is to his bonded rider.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
this line here at the very end, which Atos says, is like so slimy. He says,
Uh-huh.
secrets make for poor leverage. They die with the people who keep them. Dun dun
Yeah. So he just
dun.
threatened their lives, which is cool.
100%. And we go on to chapter 6, which starts out with what no one openly says is that while all 4 quadrants obey the code of conduct, a rider's first responsibility is to the codex, which often overrules the regulations other quadrants live by. By definition, the riders make their own rules. And that's from the
Right.
same Major Offendra's Guide to Riders Quadrant.
Yeah, I didn't know what this was in reference to particularly, but
I don't think it referred to anything during this particular
nope.
chapter. Yeah. But I guess what I get from that the most is that, like, if it's in the codex and the codex is like opposing something in the code of conduct, then the codex is the one that wins in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they're still talking to Colonel Ados, and she's like, I'm pretty sure he just insinuated that he'd kill us. So then
Uh-huh.
Xaden replies, it's a good thing we're not keeping secrets. Which is not true. And Atos knows
I
that,
think,
but
well, but they're in front of this other guy.
yeah.
So Xaden's just playing his part.
Yeah, and then Atos just ignores that and looks at Violet and says, do be careful who you share your stories with, Violet. I'd hate to see your mother lose either of her daughters, which is just a direct threat to Mira.
I know.
I mean, she's getting pissed. Like, she's got, like, the lightning is starting to swell inside of her here.
It's just, besides Violet now knowing this, like, all of the other guys already knew this. Is it just different because now they saw them and they could, like, report how terrible they are?
I don't think that he was sure. I don't know. Like, how much did he know that they knew, right?
I don't know, but
When he
knew they
put
knew
them in that
something.
position where they actually saw it was true, was he banking? What was he gambling on? It's so interesting. Like, did he
That they would
know?
die.
Oh, but see, he did get that memory from Dane, so he knows they were out somewhere they weren't supposed to be, which then probably just made him, who knows what other evidence he has, it might have just convinced him that they are doing something. They probably
Yeah,
know.
we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know, but it's just so crazy because it's like, what is like actually different now that wasn't the case before? Violet.
No,
That's it.
what's different is his pride has been stomped on. He was sure he
Yes.
was going to get away with it. They came back. They weaved a story. General Sorengale
They got him in
believed them,
trouble.
and they got him in trouble. That's really what happened.
I know, but they're saying like, oh, like all these secrets, or I was worried about our earlier conversation or whatever, but it was like, it just didn't seem like they were threatening you directly. They just were saving their own ass. But he's taking it like so personally, and it's like, well, you did
100%.
try to kill all of them. Like what? He just sucks just as much as his dumb, stupid son.
And why wouldn't he tell Lilith what actually happened? Like, they
Because Violet
actually
was there?
maybe, because like, why doesn't he say no? Like, they literally were there when the event. I mean, I guess he doesn't know what actually happened there.
No, that is true. Like, he can't prove that they went to save that village. They could just be like, we didn't. Like, okay, fine, that was your plan, and you carved this ruin box and whatever, but we didn't do it.
Could be,
So we didn't do anything wrong.
Unless,
like, that's their story.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. That's very interesting. Like, what exactly he's thinking, and why is he doing this himself? Why doesn't she know? Interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like he could have told her the real plan to help get himself out of trouble, but I think that would have maybe got him into more trouble because it's like, hey, you're not allowed to make decisions and plans like that without conferring with anybody. Like, you actually don't have the authority to pull something like that off.
And also, I mean, does
so maybe
she
that's
even...
what the secret is.
We don't know if there's, like, how does he know how to lure a venom? Is that information that she even knows about? Is there something some connection he has that we don't know? You know what I mean? Like, there could be a whole
Besties with
other,
venom.
right? Like BFFs. it could be there could be a whole other scheme among the scheme that's in Navarre, so it's hard to say, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so he leaves. They leave. Those assholes walk away, and Xaden's like, okay, let's get you outside because I don't want you to burn the whole place down, because he can obviously feel the energy sparkling.
Yeah.
Sparking?
Yep.
But yeah, she gets out and just like strikes the courtyard about 40 feet away with lightning, which he then, because he's had practice with this in bed, he smothers it with, he like basically prevents all the stuff from flying and hitting the cadets that are around. And she's like, sorry. Yeah. Oops, my bad.
I know that like she feels embarrassed by this, but I'm like, what a way to command respect.
I mean, yeah, like don't fuck with me. Look what I just did accidentally.
Yeah.
Either that or
they
just
don't
be
need
scared.
To know it's an accident.
I guess
unless you tell them.
That's true. So yeah, so this is when she turns to Xaden and says, Southern Wing, is that what you chose? And then it says, wing leaders always get their choice of duty station. So then he says there was no other choice by the time they hand wrote our orders.
So what do their orders say if they don't say where they're going?
Right?
It's
a little confusing. Okay, no, but they were handing out, when they called them up there, they specifically says, we're going to give you... Here, let me just go back and read what it says, okay? Those of you who have completed your third year will now be commissioned as lieutenants in the Army of Navarre. Step forward when your name is called to receive your orders. You have until morning to depart for your new duty stations. Yeah, these are orders. That's what it means. It means like your orders to where you're going. So if they get to choose them, if he says wing leaders get to choose. So there's only 4 people then who get to choose. They probably were choosing the day before because they're handing out the orders right then. So they probably had a chance like the day before graduation to choose where they pick before because they're doing this for all the third years. So how many third years that is, I don't know, but it's more than the 4 wing leaders. So my guess is it was just too late for him. He didn't have a choice. Someone just hand wrote his orders and handed it to him.
Interesting. It just seems like no cadets coming straight out should go to the first front line. Like it shouldn't be an option for any of them. That's what seems so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It could totally be done on purpose. So he tells her, I'll be at Samara, and she thinks about it being this is where she says it's like a day's flight away. So this is like where the borders of Krovla and Breivik provinces intersect. So right on the border where those two intersect.
Right.
Which you can see on the map. But a day's flight away, so they're only going to have hours together. So if she like goes at nighttime, let's say, leaves at 10 p.m., gets there at 10 p.m. Saturday night, she would have to leave like 8 in the morning or whatever, 6 in the morning to get back by 6 in the morning. Wow, that's crazy. So you just get like a night and not really a full night.
Yeah, this does not seem very workable.
Yep.
For the dragons.
Lots of sex in a short period of time.
Yeah, but like their bonded mated pairing is more than just that, and this is terrible for them.
I know.
What, they're gonna do this for 2 years?
Right.
2 years they're gonna do this for.
I mean, are they?
I mean, obviously not. But like that's what leadership's thinking. They're like, yeah, they'll be fine for 2 years. Definitely no dragon's gonna burn down an entire city because they're angry about this.
See, that's what Taryn could have done.
Yeah, you've been like, okay, I'm just gonna start lighting shit on fire until someone changes his order.
Yeah, come on. Taryn has so much power. Is there like no way he couldn't just put his foot down and like literally on maybe vice commandant?
Yeah, he's like,
like who gave the orders?
People.
Who handed those orders over to you? Cool. Can you ask him to come see me? Anyways, you'll see obviously what happens, but still, it's true.
It really seems like they could have done something.
Yeah.
Like it really seems like, I mean, I get it, like maybe in the beginning, but it seems like something like that would have happened. Like after enough months of it being like 3
like eventually,
hours or
for
7 hours, it's like someone's gonna start dying.
Yeah.
But also like Indarna's here, like what are they gonna do with Indarna? Just saying. Indarna's also a part of this whole situation.
And bond and everything. Yeah. Well, you're gonna see.
Go into a 2 months dreamless sleep. Which she doesn't seem to be doing a very good job at.
No, they're not, because she's awake right now, and Violet's like, you should be sleeping. And Darna's like, and miss all the drama?
Yeah.
I don't blame her. This is good, juicy stuff. It does say here that the dreamless sleep is like, it's important, like sleeping away the next 2 months is critical to her growth and development. And then Violet's thinking, I also wonder if this is just a clever way to avoid a majority of the teenage years of a moody dragon.
no, you should sleep.
Yeah, just sleep. Shut up. I mean, if you think about teenagers, they kind of do a lot of sleeping. Maybe that's what we've been doing wrong all the time. Maybe we should just be letting them sleep.
Just sleep for 10 years.
Just sleep. I'll see you later. Yeah, so she's sort of like, we're only going to have a few hours to, and then she's like, pass information. I'm sure she was thinking of something else. But he's like, yeah, that's exactly why they're doing this. They're going to split us up for as long as they can. So yeah. So he is like, okay, play along. Basically kind of like, he's like pulling her closely. He's sort of making it look like it's an embrace, because everybody's gonna be like, oh, they're saying their goodbyes and stuff. But he's like trying to tell her things, and he just doesn't want it to be like, look like they're telling secrets.
But also they're speaking their mind. So he doesn't want it to look like they're just staring at each other a safe distance apart and just not saying anything. Because that's what they could be doing.
Yeah, they could be doing that. But yeah,
but sounds like weird. So what they're saying out loud is like a sweet goodbye, but then they're all like,
yeah, they choose good lines that could be said out loud in between the sentence, which I don't even know how anybody can think that way. I'd be like, wait, what is the last thing we said out loud? Would this work, or is this going to sound weird? I don't know. It's so weird. Because if you look at it, like if you were to look at it, he says, I'll be back in 7 days. And then I'm just going to skip all of his in between really fast so you can hear this. I'll be back in 7 days. And she says, a lot can happen in 7 days. What am I going to do when you're gone? And he says, nothing that matters will change. Then she says, you really aren't going to change, are you? And then he says, I'm going to miss you. And then whatever. So like, it kind of goes like that. So like, it manages to work as a conversation. But in between all that, he's talking to her. He's saying, Sigale and Tarn won't be able to talk over the distance. They can sense emotions, but that's it. Remember that leadership will read any missive we send. So basically, don't put anything confidential over the lines. Yeah. And then he's also saying, don't involve yourself in anything Bodhi and the others are doing, which pisses her off. She's kind of like, whatever. But he's like, listen, every eye is going to be on you. You don't have a rebellion relic to hide your actions from Melgren, which I don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
You don't have a rebellion relic to hide your actions from Melgren if you're caught alone. Or if she's, oh, no. So I guess if she's with 3 or more.
The rest of them, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that, but then Melgren's supposed to be seeing the outcome of a battle. What is he seeing? Like when you have a bowel movement too? Like what is going on here?
Bowel movement sounds like bowel movement. Okay. But
I said bowel movement.
Battle movement.
No, I was making a joke. I was saying, I literally said bowel movement. I was just saying, like, what is?
I just heard it wrong.
That's so funny. No, I'm just saying, like, what is he watching? Like every little thing you do?
Well, that's what I thought. See, that's why I thought you said battle movement, because I was thinking in my head, well, maybe he sees things if it's gonna have to do
with some upcoming battle. I don't know.
Like they are kind of having an internal war right now. It's just like more subtle.
I still don't think that's the way.
Something.
Oh,
no,
I get it.
It doesn't seem like that's how it works, but I don't know, man.
I don't know either. It does seem a little bit like it's not quite how his signet works. But do we know anything? I don't know. We've only heard little bits of rumors about this guy. We haven't really learned enough about him, so.
Maybe he keeps a lot of it under wraps, and maybe Xaden has more experience with what it can do. He seems to know things.
Yeah.
He's not telling her, obviously.
Yeah. So interestingly, he says, involving yourself endangers everything we're working for. And she thinks here, it's hard to argue against that, especially when what I have planned requires being left to my own devices. Yeah, that's a line.
I was like, oh my God, tell us. Come on. I mean, I'm sure it's what you talked about with Brennan a little bit, but you didn't. All Brennan said was like, whatever you're thinking, don't do it. She didn't.
And what was that about?
Say what she was thinking. That was about the rune stone. No, what's it called? That was about that rock.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's over in Arisha.
Wardstone.
Yes.
They have one that doesn't work in Arisha. They have one that works in Basgiath. Or in the Vale.
Like, I never knew there was more than one ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So, and she's saying there's got to be something to find out about that. So yeah. So she's got a plan.
But I'm like, you can't keep the plan from us.
Of course she can.
Tell us what your plan is.
Anticipation is good, even for us.
Okay. And then he says to her, you can only fully trust those who were with us at Resin.
Yeah, so he didn't tell the other marked ones what happened. He's literally keeping it just those guys.
Which, at first I was thinking, like, oh, like, does he, like, is there some tension within their group? But then I was like, well, no, because, like, they themselves, these marked ones who went to Resin, they didn't want to know all of this. Everything they know can be used against them. And for their movement, they didn't want, like, Brennan said they knew that wyverns existed and didn't tell the cadets at Basgia.
Right.
So they are like, the less we know, the better. Because the more people who know things, the more people who are at risk of telling others, or of accidentally telling others, or of getting interrogated, or Dave.
Yeah, so he doesn't. Them. Yeah, he doesn't want to put these other guys at risk.
Yeah, so I think that's why he's saying this, because, like, okay, they didn't know what happens, which means they don't know that you, Violet, are, like, willing to risk your life completely and utterly to save all of us, and, like, they don't know that you're completely on our side.
Yeah.
Which means they could still try to hurt you. They still don't like you.
Yeah, and he says they know that they can't kill you, so that's interesting. He's obviously given some kind of edict about that. Like,
well, yeah, because then Xaden would die.
Oh, duh. Oh, sorry, I forgot the most obvious thing. Of course they can't kill her, but they could hurt her, which I just think they wouldn't do, because they all seem to love Xaden. If he's like so if they're like so obviously in a relationship now, that'd be dumb. But still, he's not sure. But
like, people who are coming in first years with relic marks who are coming in are in uncharted waters, like Liam's sister. Like, we don't know. They haven't been around for their whole relationship. They haven't.
It just made me remember that we get to meet Liam's sister. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Like, they don't know all this stuff.
You're right. Yeah.
The people who are coming in. And those people are probably going to just instantly hate Violet.
Yeah. True. So, again, it's just funny listening to the actual spoken words. So, the conversation happening out loud is him saying, I'm going to miss you. Her saying, think of all the spare time you'll have without having to constantly train me on the mat. Him saying, I'd much rather have you under me on the mat than spare time. And then her saying, back to that, are we? But it's funny, it works perfectly, even though back to that, are we, is actually in reference to him saying that the other guys might want to hurt you because of your mom. So it's just fascinating how they managed to have this conversation and work it in, you know?
I don't know why she's, like, not trying at all to talk to him in his mind.
Well, she did mention that it was intimate.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know,
but whatever.
Yeah. He does say out loud, keep yourself alive and I'll be back in 7 days. And then he's like touching her because they're trying to like act like this is a little lovers meeting. And he like lowers his mouth, just a breath away from hers, you know, totally teasing her here. He says, we managed to keep each other alive today. Trust me yet? And she's like, with my life. And he's like, that's all. And she's like, that's all. And he's like, too bad. And then he lifts his head. But it's like, just before that, she's like, I can almost taste his kiss and God's I want it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I guess I can't kiss you then. That's what he's thinking. I mean, he doesn't say that, but that's how it sounds. Yeah.
He's so messing with her.
Yeah. And then he's like, but like I said, anticipation is a good thing. She's like, we're not happening, remember? I'm like, okay, girl.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know. Anyways, she even says something about I can pick whoever I want to warm my bed. And he's like, you have every right to, but you won't. Because you still love me. And then she's like, fuck off and leave, Ryerson. She doesn't even say no.
Yeah, well, because it's true.
Yeah.
But he says something about, like, how all you need to do is ask the right questions. Like,
right.
You're not even asking me questions, which is so true. It's like, why aren't you asking him more questions, Violet?
I get that, but also saying all you have to do is ask me the right questions is also a little bit of like a weird game. Like, if you know what the right questions are, just give her the fucking answers.
Well, yeah, no, that's true, but like she's asking no questions, which is weird.
She's asking no questions. It is weird.
Yeah. So I kind of get where it's coming from. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you asked me to be so honest with you, and you're saying our entire relationship rides on this, but you're not even asking me for information. So, like, I don't see what the problem is. Like, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Is part of what he's saying.
Interesting. Anyways, so he's like, see you in 7 days and try not to burn the place down before I'm gone, and he takes off.
Yeah.
And Rhiannon comes and she's like, he'll be back. But she's holding a missive of her own and she looks excited. Did you have any idea what that was when you saw that?
Yep, she must be the squad leader, which she is. But first we get the bad news.
Yep. Oh, that's right. She says, I have good news and bad news. Bad news first. Atos is our new wing leader. You saw that
which
coming.
I knew was going to come, but I'm not happy about it.
Oh my goodness. Sienna, our executive officer, moved up to being executive officer of the section. So it was a squad executive officer.
Yes.
And
so
she says, you're looking at our new squad leader. And then, of course, they're really excited and squeal and hug.
And everyone else comes.
And then Sawyer shows up, says, are we celebrating? And Riddick's like, abso-fucking-lutely, squad leader. Matthias, I think is how you say that last name, Matthias.
Yeah, I guess I kind of forgot that was even her last name.
I know, because they're just on, this is a first name basis thing. Yeah. And then Sawyer's like, what's your first order, squad leader? And Rhiannon says, live. And Violet's like, I wish it was that simple. And that's the end of the chapter. It was this is a short chapter. Two short chapters. This one was really short though.
Yeah, that's true. We're just getting, we're just getting into, setting up the plot.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And laying down some ground rules like, okay,
how
so
often can they see each other?
And who's
the new bad guy?
You got it. They're just definitely laying down all those little things to give us an idea of what maybe could be coming up.
What is the year going to look like?
Right.
What is Violet's plans?
What are Violet's plans? I don't know. Oh my gosh, so exciting. I forgot that it starts out kind of slow, but that's okay. Yeah.
It probably doesn't feel like it when you're reading it at a normal pace, because you get through these first 6 chapters probably really quick,
fast,
and then you're in the meat of the plot pretty soon.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm already sad that we're not going to have Xaden for a bit, even if it's just for a little bit before everything goes astray. I'm sure it's not going to be just 1 year of schooling again.
Yeah. No, yes. I mean, it's something.
Wait, is this going to be no Xaden for 2 chapters, 4 chapters, or very little? I'm just so sad.
I know, it is sad.
Oh, because he even mentioned, we didn't mention this, but he mentions that the dragons can't even talk to each other through that distance. That's how far away it is. They'll be able to sense each other's emotions, but they won't be able to communicate at all.
Yeah, that's right. So they're gonna, I know. Listen, we're just gonna have to live without him for a little bit, but you're gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this review is left by a user named Sneezeby, or Sneezeby. I'm not sure. Sneezeby. And it says, like Brianna, I'm just starting my 4th wing journey. I love listening to this pod after I finish the chapters. Brianna and Kendra have a fun dynamic. I enjoy hearing them discuss the chapters and hearing Brianna's theories of what will happen. So that's cool. We have a first-time reader who hopefully, I'm sure by now heard our warning that a spoiler was given right off the bat. Yeah. And she's following along after chapters. How fun. That's really what I wanted this. I know people who are big fans also like to listen to a first-time reader, but also it's fun when you're reading a book to, just kind of hear other people's thoughts. It's sort of like doing book, what's it called? A book club having a friend who's reading along. You're like, oh my gosh, this happened,
Yeah, it makes me wonder if this is the person who we saw on a Facebook group.
Yeah, who was saying...
recommended the podcast. Too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it is, hi, we remember you.
Sure. I don't remember the person any more than they.
Weeks and weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't. This was left just this last weekend, but we are currently. Let's see. It's at recording. It's January 6th, which is kind of early because we are not putting out our. We're not putting this out for a couple of weeks, but So by the time, if she's just listening to let's say the beginning of the 4th wing chapter, she's got several episodes, 30 something or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
I love the fact that many people say they like our dynamic. That's a good thing considering we're, kind of stuck with each other for our life.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool. So that was the review and that's kind of it. That's it for this week. So thanks for listening.
We have socials.
We do.
Socials are good. You can follow us.
Instagram and Threads.
I think every week I get worse than the week before on promoting the socials. It's a fun game. It is Instagram and Threads, and we at least post once a week.
I hope so. I mean, I haven't posted recently because we're supposed to be on a little break, so.
While we're posting, because we post about our most recent episodes.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
no, I'm
fun
not.
clips.
I'm not
stuff.
so great at putting in fun other things in between, but that's fine. But yeah, it's at First Wing Pod. But also don't forget to review our podcast on Apple Podcasts. Even if you don't listen to it on that, you can still review it on that, and then we can read your review, and it makes us so happy. So we would love
if you don't
more.
have an Apple phone, you can go onto Spotify and rate us and leave a comment instead.
This is true. Comments can be left on Spotify. I don't particularly check that, but I think, do you get notifications? Okay. So
I
you
get notifications.
You just have to remember not to read them just in case people say things that they...
I have to get a notification and not read it. No, it's
no, you have to tell me. Say, hey, look and see what the comment is. There was one time someone commented on something that I thought was a little spoiler, and I said, don't read that comment, but I don't remember. Yeah.
I didn't check it.
Yeah. Okay, good. Next episode, we will be covering chapters
7 and 8.
Yay.
Okay, join us next time, writers.
Bye.
Bye.